Hi, and welcome to part 2 of our two-part series, One Day PUGS Only. In the first half of the day, we tried to do different keys and to push our key as high as possible, but we ended up depleting our first key, Pit of Sauron plus 17. Then, due to a bug, we ended up depleting our Algathor Academy 16. Due to another group member having a key, we could then time another Algathor Academy 16. Then we ran our Windspire plus 15, which we timed, into a Magister's Terrace 16, which we depleted. Then we two-chested Magister's Terrace plus 15, and we ran into Magister's Terrace 16, which we also timed. Then we ran Algathor Academy plus 17, which we depleted again, into Algathor Academy plus 16, which we timed. And this is where part 2 of the series starts, with Nexus Point plus 17. Nexus Point didn't pose much of a challenge. As you can see, we only had 2 deaths in the end, and we timed it with close to 5 minutes left on the dungeon timer. The next key that we got out of it was then Skyreach plus 18, and this would be big score for us, since the previous time that I ran Skyreach on the Druid was on a plus 2. So this would mean a great push to our score. In general, I feel that Skyreach is one of the easier keys on low-ish kind of levels, but as you can see here, the first boss gave us lots of trouble, with already 2 deaths on the board, 3 deaths here, and then the group deciding it's over and stopping the key. On our plus 17, we managed to get through the first boss without any issues, but I unfortunately forgot about the tank debuff stacks, and you saw me getting there killed pretty much in an instant with over 15 stacks of the debuff. And then we depleted the key as well. So the next key is Skyreach plus 16. But very fortunate for our mission of the day, we timed the plus 16 with 4 minutes 40 left, and we are heading into the next dungeon, which is Mythara Caverns plus 17. Mythara Caverns 17 did also not turn out to be much of a challenge. We ran through it with 3 minutes, a little bit above 3 minutes left on the timer. And to be honest, I feel, for me personally, Mythara Caverns is one of the hardest keys, because this is one that I rarely play at all. And after this Mythara Caverns, you can see we are nearly at 3.4 thousand score. The next dungeon on the list is again a Skyreach plus 18, and it looks quite good from the timer, I have to say, but I don't know how this happens or why it happens. But it seemed like the trash before the last boss was in kind of a gauntlet, and it added all the time on it seemed on a timer, which is very unfortunate, because due to that we ended up depleting the plus 18 as well. So again, no plus 18 for this druid until now. Fortunately, this time the plus 17 didn't give us much of trouble, with over 5 minutes left on the timer, and it finally pushing us over the 3.4k radar IO score. And after that 17, we're heading into a Nexus point plus 18, which we immediately depleted on the second pull of the dungeon. So back into Nexus point 17 we go. We timed the Nexus point 17 again with ease, and we were even faster than last time, because we got 1 point of score from the dungeon. Furthermore, now we are heading into Algathor Academy plus 18. In this 18, the timer at the beginning of Veximus looks quite okay, but we are having some troubles with people surviving and troubles with people dying. So Veximus decided he wants to end our first plus 18 Algathor Academy here at this point. So still no plus 18 in the books for our druid. And we go back into the 17 Algathor Academy. The 17 was again timed very easily, even with 3 deaths in the run, and it still gave us 11 points of score, so this is also nice. But as you saw, we are again heading into Skyreach plus 18. Here near the end of this dungeon run, you can see the timer is quite tight, so I have to pull a little bit bigger and try to make it work, but it ended up not working and working against our favor, and we ended up dying and depleting the Skyreach plus 18 again. And this was unfortunately the last key of the day. And yeah, in the end, what happened? What was the experience? We played, like you can see it here, I don't know, 20-ish keys, depleting and wiping in most of them, timing most 17 keys, not timing a single plus 18, which is very sad and very unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. For me, it was very interesting to see what kinds of keys we did end up playing. And yeah, it was just an experiment. I just hopped onto this druid and tried to time as big keys as possible. And a little disclaimer, this was all before the turbo boost went into effect, but it was the week where bear tanks were vastly overpowered. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I did really enjoy making it. I did really enjoy playing the day of keys, and see you in the next videos, hopefully. Until then, bye.